On November 20th, 2007, BioWare released the first Mass Effect game in the Mass Effect series titled Mass Effect. Personally, I thought this was BioWare's best game series, even with the less than stellar ending of the trilogy. In 2017, a fourth game, Mass Effect Andromeda, was released, featuring a new setting and cast of characters. The game was poorly received, with many people complaining about all the bugs, the gameplay issues, a less than exciting story, along with a host of other issues Andromeda had on release. Admittedly, I thought this was the kiss of death for the Mass Effect series, and for a while it seemed that way, with the only big release being the Legendary Edition of Mass Effect, which contained all 3 games of the original trilogy, along with all of the release DLC for the series. But then, everything changed on December 25th, 2022. On Christmas Day, BioWare decided to give all the Mass Effect fans a beautiful gift of a Mass Effect trailer titled The Next Mass Effect. Clearly a masterpiece title. The trailer included all sorts of hints for what is possible to come in the next Mass Effect. However, this video isn't about speculation and analysis of the trailer and what the future of Mass Effect series might hold, but for me to give my humble opinion on what I would like to see in the game. First and foremost, I want a game that is actually finished upon release. I'm hoping that BioWare has learned its lessons from the consequences of Battlefield 2042 and the massive success and praise that Elden Ring received from releasing an actual game that, gasp, works as intended with no need for patches and fixes later on down the line. Next, I would like to see a return to the more RPG-like gameplay from the first Mass Effect game. The cover-based shooting gameplay that took over in Mass Effect 2 and 3, while not boring, just didn't have the same level of fun as the first Mass Effect did. I actually liked the fact that I could customize what ammo my weapons use, along with customizing if they were more effective against organics or synthetics, or allowed me to combat jammers. I liked that I needed to conserve Omnigel for healing rather than using it to revive fallen squad mates. Also, for the love of God, do not bring us back to having to probe every single planet for resources. It was god-awful and boring back then, and it will be now. We were the commander of a super advanced ship trying to stop a man who plans to bring back a galactic genocide. I think it is reasonable to assume that we have enough backing from the intergalactic government to not need to scavenge every galaxy for oil like we're 6-year-olds looting the couch for spare coins to get one more turn on the arcade. God, I just aged myself with that reference.
The tank showed many imprints of human weakness. Where to break your spine, the shortest path to organs. Your words are worthless.
Talking was the generous plan A.
This might be my most controversial opinion, but in terms of companions, I'm kinda hoping for a more new roster rather than bringing back the old crew. Do not get me wrong, I want Tali, Garrus, Grunt, Rex, and even more. I loved all the crews from the original trilogy. Well, almost all. The thing is, it is a big galaxy out there, and we have met many different species throughout our travels. I would love to have a Batarian crewmate, maybe even an Elcor, since we were told that they mount machine gun turrets on their backs and walk.
How do your people fight?
Proudly, with BI-assisted infantry. Our soldiers carry heavy weapons into battle mounted on their backs.
Look, if it's too much for the developers, then I won't be disappointed. This is just what I would like to see.
Wait! I want you to know that no matter what happens, you've been a champion to the Krogan people, a friend of Clan Erdnot, and a brother to me. To every Krogan born after this day, the name Shepard will mean hero!
In terms of story, I have very little to say. I am not a writer, I don't know what it is like whatsoever to do anything narrative-wise, especially for video games. I'm just some dumbass working my way through med school while doing YouTube and streaming as a hobby to avoid burnout. All I ask is that the story is engaging and the decisions I make have some real impact later on down the line. That's all I have to say. There are so many beautiful moments in the original trilogy that have had massive impact on the story that's created so much replay value. For example, in Mass Effect 2, the loyalty mission with Garrus, in which you can either let him kill the man Garrus deems responsible for the death of his team. If you continue letting the conversation pan out, Sidonis will reveal how traumatized he has become and is basically dead inside.
Trying to save yourself?
I know what I did. I know they died because of me. I have to live with that. I wake up every night, sick, sweating. Each of their faces staring at me, accusing me. I'm already a dead man. I don't sleep. Food has no taste. Some days, I just want it to be over.
It's a huge moment, and it's just so much character exploration there. Other prominent moments would be discovering the Quarians are not as united on the issue of Geth, and some even sympathize with them. My all-time favorite moment would have to be when you try to cure the genophage in Mass Effect 3. If Rex is alive and you've been honest with him and helped with him, he'll call you a hero to the Krogan people and a brother to him, saying, from now on, the name Shepard means heroes. All these moments have intense character growth, expansion of lore, or even both. What I'm alluding to is that the Mass Effect narrative has always been its strongest point, and it's the reason that the series has become such a milestone, because the characters and the choices they've made felt incredibly fleshed out and relatable. So yeah, that is everything I have to say in accordance with the next Mass Effect game and what I would like to see. What do you guys think? Did I ask for too much? Were my opinions crazy or unreasonable? Please let me know in the comments down below. Hit that like and subscribe button if you like what you would see and would want more possible Mass Effect content. Also give me your opinions on what you would like to see in the next game. Special shout out to Sarah Jackson for editing this video. Stay epic.